victims, and I'm going to include the ones before and after in this sequence of victims that we're going to talk about. The first victim was outside of the accepted five. Martha Tabram, a plump middle-aged prostitute. She was found in the early hours of the morning on the stairs in George Yard buildings. Now, she'd been subjected to a ferocious attack in as much that she'd been stabbed 39 times. Now, there was no attempt to cut her throat, no attempt to carry out any abdominal mutilations, as would be the case with the later victims. So could she have been the first of the Whitechapel series? Clearly, everything suggests that that could be the case. So she could have been the first of the Whitechapel series, the Whitechapel murders, as the police referred to them. Well, they did their inquiries to try to find out who had murdered her, but no success whatsoever. The second victim is the first of what has become known as the accepted five. This is Mary Nichols, otherwise known as Polly Nichols. Again, a plump, middle-aged prostitute, again found in the early hours of the morning in Bucks Row. Her throat had been cut almost to the point of decapitation, and she had some minor abdominal mutilations. Her body was found just opposite the entrance that you can see here in Bucks Row. I said Berners Street, I do apologise, Bucks Row. And the police did all they can to try to find out who the killer was, again without success. The second victim of the accepted five is the first of the murders that started the warning bell sounding in my head as far as a major aspect of this Ripper mystery is concerned. And I'll tell you about that in a second. But this victim, again, like the victims previous, another middle-aged prostitute, again found in the early hours of the morning. This time she was found in the rear yard of 29 Hanbury Street. And her body was actually found on the floor here at this location. The doorway that you can see there leads through into a hallway and out into Hanbury Street itself. And as likely as not, it was an area that prostitutes knew that they could probably take clients to be out of the public gaze and for a little bit of secrecy to carry out their business. Well, she was found, as I say, in the early hours of the morning. Her throat had also been cut to the point of decapitation. And in fact, her intestines had been ripped out, her abdomen had been ripped open, the intestines had spilled out. And of course, the doctors came to the crime scene, and in 1888, they didn't do the thorough examination that our doctors and pathologists would do now at a murder scene. They simply did a cursory examination of the body, pronounced the victim dead. The body was then placed on a handcart, wheeled off to the local mortuary. Now, in the case of mortuaries in 1888, they were nothing like we know them today. In some cases,